friend, colleague, Michael Anthony
Crime.
Eichstead. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask him a few questions here today about his career. What made him, come into audio. But so let's get right into it. Mike,
Let's do it.
what's going on with you, man?
Currently holding in a fart right now.
Oh, this is hard. Okay, that's TMI. But music. What made you get into music, man? Like, what influenced you?
These are kind of like hit me like in the middle of the intersection, like T-boned my car. It kind of came out of nowhere. I never expected myself to be this involved. As many people know me, I used to be a gymnast and athlete person more than anything. Played video games, but I never really saw myself in music when I was young. I always saw myself being a professional wrestler. I had to stop due to knee injuries. But like I said, it just hit me out of nowhere. I've always been like involved in music. My mother was a flute player and a clarinet player and all that stuff. She played woodwinds for churches. Every time I go to church, I had to sing. Make me sing. So I kind of like I obviously anyone grows up with it. You grow with it in the fetus. Music played and you can hear it. Yeah. Obviously. But it just, as more and more of it kind of like came around me, I was like, oh cool, I enjoy music, I enjoy listening to it. But I still never thought I want to play music or even record music. Recording music came way later than playing. But it was really like my family that really pushed me to start getting into instruments because I stopped wrestling and I was getting lazy. But it is a way to keep people out of trouble in a way because I was kind of a troublemaker at some points in my life. Still am in a way, but it just really kept me like motivated to get through school, because I'd be I want to go to school so I can go play on the drum set there, or I want to go learn. It's funny because people know me as a drummer or a guitar player. They don't know my first instrument was trumpet, and I didn't stick with that. I was really terrible at it. Teacher told me to play a G note, I played an A. I was like, I don't know. Like, to some people think music's easy to pick up, play a drum set. Some people have soul. They can sit down and just get into it, but my thing is, it has to have life behind it. For me, like I have to have an occurring experience with it, like over and over. Like I really enjoyed it. It's like I like trumpet. It's just when I touched it, it was just like it wasn't me. I feel like I'm playing some other guy's life. But when I picked up drums, it's mainly my brother's reason why I picked up drums. Because I was in a not a terrible spot. I wouldn't say like depressed. It just things happen in life, and I was upset. My brother told me, pick up these sticks. Here's a drum pad. Let's get this hanger out. Yeah. And then from then on there, I was just kind of hooked. I was like, oh well, yeah, it gets rid of anger, but like I felt like my brain acted in a completely different way. Like I just completely different way. So music obviously started in drums, but it's just kind of grown since then. So influencing was obviously just my family. My family has been my main influence. Like even though I like favorite artists like Michael Jackson, Casey and the Sunshine Band, or like weird. I listen to different things like Frontier, Styx, like random rock bands.
But that brings me to my next question then. What type of music influenced you?
Influenced me?
What type of music and artists
influenced me to where I am now?
Yeah.
You're gonna hear a lot of people say this, and some people will just say it mainly because he passed away, but Michael Jackson's always been an influence on me. Even, I don't care, touch little boys, touch penguins, eat people, I really don't give a crap.
And how?
Yeah, I was getting to, like, it's just, his music wasn't like about like, oh, I'm about to make millions. Obviously he started at a young age, he didn't have a childhood, so that's going to affect anyone. But it affected me because his music just had that, like that Like every song you heard was like, oh, it's going to be a ballad song. Like, holy crap, like, this song, it hits you. Like, no matter what, it gets you thinking. Sometimes songs get you to appreciate people. You're just like, man, like I would have never thought of this. Like, I'm a person that doesn't really listen to lyrics. I don't like read lyrics and like, oh, I'm gonna repeat it. But if you listen to the music standpoint, and he was really involved with it. If you listen to it, like it's just like you can tell he's hurting. And everyone hurts. Like it's not a bad thing to hurt, but like even like in like songs like Beat and stuff, you can tell that there's something there like that just makes you want to like do something about it. But he was a huge influence on me, and I grew up listening to Michael Jackson pretty much 90% of my life. It was mainly my dad that like would blare Michael Jackson on the way to school.
It's usually the parents.
Yeah, obviously it's usually the parents. Yeah. And like, it's just his music just like blew my mind. And even today, I still try to add some some Michael Jackson. And like I said, I started off on drums, trumpet, and all that stuff, but I'm still learning how to sing, and I'm singing now. But on my songs, people sometimes can tell me, like, I can understand why I like Michael Jackson, because you don't sound like him, obviously. Like, that's what I'm going for, but you have that interpretation, or that just that angst he does sometimes. You know, like, you know, some singers now, it's like, Mary had a little lamb. He'd be like, Mary had a...
Yeah.
Not exactly like that, but it just... He would add life to it. So like, that's why, like, I don't just try to sing. I give my life to you guys.
So you put your emotions into the music.
And that's what Michael Jackson influenced me.
Yeah.
He put his emotions in his music. Therefore came on to me, and I'm taking on that, giving people the same impression. So that's how, like you said, people have influences in music, and it affects them, like, by the musical aspect. But when I think of music, I think of emotions and how people react. So.
Okay. So what type of music do you make, or do you want to put out there?
Well,
for the people who don't know.
That's complicated. Again, I am a solo artist and a composer, and I write a couple things, you know, a couple podcasts and little things. But for myself, my demo, I just released one called Dreams Volume 1. And musically, we can just get it out of the way. It's mainly rock and hardcore with like screaming and singing, but that's the only way I, at the time, can get my expressions out, because I played in a lot of rock and hardcore bands on drums. And that's the only music I can really translate on guitar, because that's the only thing I picked up. But still, it had the meaning behind it and the aspect. And if people read the lyrics, like if they really wanted to, it's, you know, people tell stories, and this story is about me. And I had a really hard time with anxiety. Like, I'd get panic attacks every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it wasn't for my family, you know, my girlfriend, and just music in itself, I probably wouldn't even be in school. I wouldn't be playing music. But generally speaking, music would just be rock right now. But I actually am dabbling in hip hop and, you know, like instrumental and techno. You know, I have a couple beats that I gave a couple people just to make for. I made a couple beats for fun, and people really liked them. So it's not like, oh, I know how to play keyboards. I know how to portray emotions, and people want that. So right now, it's everything. Like, I can. My music is everything. I can play anything. So it just depends on how you learn what you want to do with it.
So I'm gonna get into the background aspect, just so people can get to know you a little bit more. Like, so where'd you come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, put it like this: how did your environment, the environment that you came from, influence you?
I currently live in, obviously, Arlington, Virginia, and I'm not a typical Virginian. I'm actually born and raised in Southern California. I was born in Upland, California, and raised most of my life in Rancho Cucamonga, Fontana. If you want to look it up, it's fine. But music out there is a lot different than down here, especially the drumming styles or singing styles is really different out here. And it was kind of hard to, like, boom, you know, here I am. It's just because people are like, who the hell are you? You know, California boy, you know, sucking your hair sideways, you know, tubular. Like, it's just, people have it portray me as a certain way, but, like, all in all, like, going from coast to coast, music is the same no matter what. But
for the most part.
It's just, it's really different out here. And at first, it was kind of scary, you know, musically in a way too, because if I try to release something, it doesn't portray that well out here.
Really?
Just because.
So how's it different? How's it different than there?
Alright, well, California, like rock music is, everywhere is based on appearance. But from what I've seen out here, bands out here are really, like, focused on their music and images, whatever, you know, you can be whoever you want, but out here, you know, it's kind of different because there's a lot more, I guess you could say, skinny people, so like people rock stars. California's bigger people, that's why I'm bigger. So, like I said, jumping into a band out here, I'm the biggest person in the band. It's different because musical styles of different coasts, I guess. Like, say, I don't know, someone comes from Japan or, you know, Asia, you know, from different coasts. It's going to be influenced differently just because of the base of the people they know, what music they're learning now. It's kind of a hard answer to give. It's just, it's a big difference when you go from California to, say, I've lived in California for 23 years. Now I'm over here, about to turn 23. This is my first year in Virginia. But within the first minute, you know, talking to these kids that do music, it's a big difference.
So it's your first year actually being on the East Coast.
Like living out here, yeah. I've been to, like, Indiana and stuff. I've traveled with marching bands and been on tour with bands. But living out here, this is my first time. It's a big difference. Even the school is different. Like, people look at me weird because I handshake different. You know, like, there's a big difference. Like, it's just hard.
Yeah, that's understood. So, you just mentioned touring. You have experience in touring?
Not like huge tours. Like I've done like marching band like little things, but also I've done like mini weekend. We call them weekend warrior tours. Like yeah, I'm a warrior. Or done stuff like that. Like we'd get 10 sweaty guys in a van and let's drive to Arizona and we play a show. But no, I don't wish those upon anyone. I don't wish that on anyone. As much as I want to be a touring artist, it's just not the lifestyle for me. Because when I do that, like you're eating like the worst food known to man. Like you have $2 and your choice is either a burger or like nothing sometimes. Because like food obviously is expensive, but it's just you're mainly just pushed to eat junk food, and that's the main reason why I became vegetarian. It's just because of the food that you eat on tour. It kills people, you know. And then some people need drugs to get by on tour. So, like I say, tour it's a nasty beast, but some people can handle it. But this guy, like I'm more in a setting environment, studio, just relax. So, but I've been on tours, and again, I don't wish that on anyone.
Okay. So that kind of leads me to my next question. Like, as far as music, like, where do you want to end up with
like my
music
future
career? Yeah.
Well, see, that's a. I have an answer to that. Just the problem is it's too big. I have big expectations for myself, and people may look at that and push it aside. And I've had people laugh at me. I've even had people with degrees laugh at me about that. But it's not the fact that like it's too big. It's just it's too much. Where I want to be is I only want to work for one studio, and I want to work. It's for movies, and I say movies because I enjoy their movies more. But I feel with that company I can benefit more. Universal movies, or music or anything, as long as it's with Universal itself. What I want to do is I want mainly sound design. Create sounds for movies or like just be in
just sounds.
Yeah,
or
not
like music, like
yeah.
like a mood music.
Well, that's what I said. It's a big answer. Like I want to do sound. Like I want to design a T-Rex roar or a car driving by. But the main thing I want to do is, as long as the answer comes down to this, as long as I'm behind a control board, mixing or editing or anything that involves microphones, mixing music, or something like I can give my perception or my idea of through sound, I'm there. Like I don't care if it's for TV, film, news. If you need like a little cowboy in the background, that's gonna have feel in the background because it's coming from me. But the big thing for me is, even though I can do audio, I can also do video. Like, obviously I can edit video, I can act. I can do a bunch of stuff. I have experience, so that's why I say I can benefit the company, because even though I can edit their videos, if you want to think about it, even though I used to do gymnastics, I can even be a stunt actor if I want to just jump in, backflip into that wall, let's go for it. But like I said, that answer's too big and people just look at me weird, but like I said, as long as I'm around music, microphones, editing station, I don't care if I'm locked in there for hours, because sitting down and mixing music, it's not a chore to me. Like it's not. I find it the most pleasurable, the most exciting thing in life. Like as much as people are adventure hunters. Like my adventure is just like finding new things in Pro Tools or making new sounds on the guitar or tuning differently on drums and recording. Like holy crap, let's try this mic, and it blows it away. Like I want to be an inventor. I don't want to be I'm following this person because I like them. As much as I have influence, as much as I have influences, I want to be the influence to many.
Okay. So you have like a real passion for this.
Yeah, and it's very deep, and like I say, only a few people know that. Yourself knows exactly my passion, but it's hard to put in words. It's the only way I can put it in is just by knowing me. People will get to know me. Like as much as that guy looks like kind of a jerk or he jokes around a lot, that's all a shell covering the seriousness. Like it's serious, and as much as I want a family or I want to go party, like I've never been to parties or anything, but it's just I just feel like that's where I need to be, and that's where I'm going to be. Yeah. It's just there's a spot right there.
That's real, man. That's definitely real. So what do you have to say to people here who are kind of lost, because you seem like you're serious. A lot of people here are just here. You know what I'm saying? They really don't know what they really want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you have to say to those people, if you have anything to say?
Yeah, I don't want to sound rude, but if you don't know what you're doing here and you don't know what you want to do and you're just coming here because your mom has money, I feel bad for you guys. I'm not saying give up. I'm just saying my only advice is just don't give up. Just find a purpose in why you're in a certain spot you're at right now. It's kind of harsh, but life has to smack in the face.
Okay, well, what do you do to protect your craft?
I instantly grabbed a BMI account and currently working on an ASCAP account just because I have opportunities to work with certain network television shows right now. Can't really say because it's not for sure in the moment, but I have talks of it. Like, it's just get yourself copyrighted in general. Like, just get it done now. So when you get music out, like, boom, you don't have to wait a month to get accepted. You're already accepted. Someone wants your music. All right, cool. Register that piece and just get it out there because then you're copyrighted. So as of about this year, I'm now copyrighted. So if anyone's music goes out, it's labeled under me. If anything's sold, it's mine. So it's something very serious that people kind of put aside. You know, like buy a warranty on an iPod. Like, oh, I'm not gonna need that. Holy crap, my iPod broke. You know, you didn't buy a warranty. Like, you gotta put a warranty on your career.
That's a good one. Okay, so that's basically it. Anything you got to say to the people out here? Anything?
My main thing, as everyone can tell, like, you may see me in class as a jokester or make fart sounds or jokes, obviously, but letting you know I am serious, but I'm not trying to tell you that I'm better than you guys. I'm trying to say we're all pushing for something. You just got to show it and work for it. So don't give up. You know, you may be pressed for time for doing something, or you may be like doubting yourself in school or in career, but doubt is just part of the process. You know, you just got to go with it. You know, take those punches. You know, the more punches you take, the stronger you're gonna get. So you use that energy you get from those punches and punch forward. Get done with school. Get your career done. You know, make a life a happy thing. You know.
Anyway, you want to promote yourself? Any promotion?
I say I'm a solo artist, so I can tell you I do have a SoundCloud. It's under Gigawatt Studios, G-I-G-A-W-A-T-T, studios. But it's mainly the stuff I've recorded people. I don't really have like a site to send stuff, but if you ever want anything, find me in the hallways. I can always give you a demo. I'm working on a website right now, like an actual .com website to promote my music. It's just I'm building up my library. So, but if you run into me in the hallways or if you know me, ask me, I'll show you. I have music, so. But just keep a watch on TV, though. Some stuff might come up.
Thanks for your time, man.
It's just nightmares here. Ruger. We all have a strength, no God,